Now that Jason is off with Oran, I can come here for my mission. I can finally get Fantastic Comics number 3 and complete my Black Fury collection. But where on earth is my contact?
Hello, are you Michael Jones, the fearless editor-in-chief and publisher of YEET Presents?
That is me. Who are you?
My name is Wilfred. I'm your contact from the Vatican. May I sit down?
Please do.
Sorry if you didn't recognize me before. In a place like this, it is good to be inconspicuous.
Thank you for your discretion. I'm glad you don't stand out. But now let's get to business. Where's Fantastic Comics number 3? Tell me now or I'll unleash a swarm of YEET super angry wasps on you.
You'll get the comic soon. I had to smuggle it out of the Vatican's secret comic book archives. As you know, the Vatican's comics archive reaches far and wide. Our collection of comic art is second to none. We even have the final 5 unpublished issues of Sonic Disruptors.
But what about Fantastic Comics number 3? Let's get to it.
But first we have to go on a journey, Michael. And not like a Bill Loeb's journey, but a journey to the past. We have to revisit you at different points in time in order to analyze your true character. Then and only then will you be able to earn Fantastic Comics number 3.
Let's get to it then. Where to first?
First, we go here.
Whoa, I can't believe it.
We're in the room where you first came up with the idea of creating what would become YEET Presents and Cost of Paper Comics. Does this bring back any memories?
It does. I haven't been here since we turned the whole place into the public YEET Museum. Can't believe this used to be Penn State University.
But you had to learn some lessons here, didn't you? Isn't this where you learned how to become a taskmaster?
Absolutely, and I have no regrets.
But don't your employees get a little tired of it?
I can't allow that. I expect perfection out of everyone. But most of all, I expect perfection from myself.
That is good, Michael. You are learning well. Now to move on to the next point in your life.
Isn't this just the plot of A Christmas Carol?
Michael, you're basically right. But I cannot just rate Vatican comic archives for anyone. Do you know where we are now?
Yes, this is one of our castles in Germany. This is where our Sword and Sorcery Comics division is located.
And do you remember why we're here?
Yes, this is when Kral used his time machine to have the Hun lay siege to our castle.
Now let's see what happened when you tried to discipline Kral. Oh come on, Mike. I know that the castle is under siege right now, but YEET's archery black forces should be able to hold fast against the Horde. It gives everyone a chance to get inspired for their own tales. We're sure to outsell Conan and He-Man this month.
Kral, we're able to outsell both when we release each issue of the Black Fury Reads the Los Angeles Phone Book ongoing series. Why do we need to have time displaced soldiers trying to kill us for inspiration?
Because, it's hilarious.
Well, you go teleport yourself into that fire and think about what you've done.
Well, at least the good news is that I got accepted into the Cubert School.
Much better. Now time to unleash the YEET guerrilla forces.
Now, is there a way you could have handled it differently?
No way. Kral had it coming. Granted, we own most of the castles in Germany, but it took one whole day to repair the castle. Not to mention it was hard for the guerrillas to gather up all the Hun and toss them back into the time machine.
Now that you put it that way, you have a good point.
Of course I have a good point. I'm nothing but good points.
I suppose that means we can move on to the next scene.
I'm not familiar with this place, Wilfred. What are we doing here?
This actually has nothing to do with your journey. Dennis Miller actually owes me $20, and I know he's nearby writing a new issue of Cardos.
This is where he's been? I've needed the new Cardos for hours now.
Yeah, we're just going to hang out for a moment until he gets out of the pub behind me. Of course, you remember this?
Absolutely. This is the road trip I took to one of the first cons in Michigan. It is where I hired Alan Moore to be one of YEET's interns.
That is correct. But what else happened at this show?
Well, this was the first place that we ever encountered that dastardly fireman. It was outside the green room. Hello, Mike Jones. I'm Fireman. Nice to meet you, Fireman. I have a business proposal for you. Something that will send you sales through the roof. This better be great. I just hired Arkrum to be head of janitorial at YEET. It is real simple. We have YEET become the world's leading magazine in reviewing high school cafeteria lunches. We'll let everyone know where they can get the best mass-produced food that's made without care and for the lowest possible price. No thanks, Fireman. We tried that once and we actually had to apologize to a lot of nice lunch ladies for it. Jason Mink has never been more tired dating in his entire life. Oh come on, you jerk. Excuse me, but what are you doing here, sir? Wow! Bill Loebs. Famous writer, artist, and fur trapper. You bet. And I think it is time for you to leave. Make me. And you'll get another one if you don't leave the chief alone. You haven't heard the last of me.
Now, what did you learn from that encounter?
I learned that though nearly all firemen are brave souls, that only fireman is a jerk who is desperate to review bad food.
You're correct? Wow, I think I had you wrong this whole time, Michael.
Darn right. Now have I proven myself?
Yes, you have. I see now that you are strong enough to wield the Vatican's own copy of Fantastic Comics number 3. I hereby grant it to you so that you have the greatest Black Fury collection of them all.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you have to imagine that Wilfred is giving Mike Jones the comic. The limitations of the program mean that you can see me, robot intern, against a groovy backdrop, but we can't do things like pass along comics. Now, back to Italy. Actually, it is time for Michael to go back and meet Jason at the YEET restaurant, where Jason has some great news.
He better. I didn't assign him to seduce a forest queen for nothing. I still can't believe that is what happened at the end of the Black Fury story in Fantastic Comics. What a blockbuster. And the Vatican will never know. Wait! Did I hear that you're keeping secrets from the Vatican? Is there anything I should know? The only thing you should know, Crawl, is to get back to work cleaning the YEET vampire tiger cages. There's blood everywhere. And tell Alan Moore that he better have my coffee here soon. Yes, sir. Now to get those issues of Sonic Disruptors.